It is currently 27 degrees outside, and it was snowing yesterday. I have a fresh spray tan on. I'm going to pretend that it's summer while it's snowing. I recently brought up in one of my vlogs how I switch back and forth between like a full beat and then like a mini beat or a more natural makeup. And lately, it's been the more natural. So of course I'm going in with Glossier. What's more natural than Glossier? I've been using their concealer and their skin tint for at least 5 years straight. And then every time I'm like, I'm gonna go to something else. I switch, but I always keep it. And then I put it on again and I'm like, why did I ever go to anything else? This was beautiful. So this is the Stretch Concealer in G12 and the Skin Tint in G12, which are the lightest ones. My concealer will always be G12. I don't think I'm ever going to switch from G12 as a concealer because I do love a brightened under eye. But I think for all around, like the Skin Tint, I might go to G11. I might switch it up for my summer color. With doing more outside sports like running and hiking and actually being outside, I actually tan in the summer now. If you would have told me in like 2020 when I was at home playing Animal Crossing indoors and playing video games all day that I tan and I don't just burn, I wouldn't have believed you. But it's true. For my fellow pale girls who are looking for a bronzer, the Glossier in Sale is the perfect one. It's so nice and not orange. It doesn't look like I have like straight orange on my face. It's beautiful. I've always been obsessed with Glossier, so I was there for their original bronzer. Who was there for the original bronzer? That... Do they still sell that? That formula was bad. I love a shimmery bronzer. I'll put glitter on my face. I'm fine with it. But that formula and the colors were atrocious. I don't use too much powder on my face, but I do prefer to set my bronzer with a powder. I haven't found a bronzer that I like. Have not. So I have this like palette that I made. And this is an eyeshadow from MAC. And this is, I don't know, I think it's from Buxom. I definitely depotted it from something I got in Ipsy, and I mixed them. And then put it on the high points of my cheeks. And I take that same bronzer and I put it on my eyelids to darken them just a tad. When I think summer, I think bronze and slightly smoky eyes. So I pack right on the lash line a little bit of like a darker brown. And then just blend it out. It's not even a defined look or anything. I'm not like going right on my lash line to create a liner. It's almost like I'm trying to replicate the people who have existing hyperpigmentation on their eyelids, and that the sun brought out their hyperpigmentation. I got a milk frother, like not the little handheld one with like the froth attachment. I got a cup one that froths it for me and heats it for me. Life-changing. I ordered it on Amazon and it arrived at 4:45 in the morning, and I had been making coffee since 4:45 in the morning. I am several cups in deep right now. I got it as like a gift to myself because this was like a really stressful week at work. And I was like, okay, something that will make me happier is drinking better coffee. And I've tried that handheld like wand frother. I've tried to make that work. It doesn't work. Anyone who's on TikTok or the YouTube coffee influencers that are able to froth up their milk with these handheld devices, I can't. You guys are doing magic. I don't think they work. I've tried using that frothing device so much that it actually died on me. I thought the battery was going. No, the motor was going. That's how much I've tried. I've tried for like a year. So I figured now is the time to actually get a real frother. And in the couple hours that I've had it, I can confirm, life-changing. My coffee has never been better. I don't even have to add sugar or anything to it. I just have nice frothy milk and drip coffee. A million times better. My brows are boring. I just do a straight brow and I try to like get rid of my arch. I noticed like I have a pretty angular face. I have a strong jawline. My nose even like kind of just makes everything very angled. So if I have a strong arch as well, I just look mean. So I try to get rid of the arch. And I do pluck like the tail end of my brow and the top of my brow to even it out, to be straight. Maybe I'll have brow blindness later on in life and I'll be like, why did I ever go for straight eyebrows? But for right now, I like it. We all know what this is. So this one is actually a fancy one from Shiseido. Speaking of life-changing devices, milk frother of expensive eyelash curler. I've been using like a Revlon one since high school, and it was not really curling my lashes, and I was like, how do I get my lashes to curl and stay curled all day? It was the lash curler. It was not the mascaras I was using, because I would go through all these mascaras that are like, this will lengthen and curl your lashes. It'll keep the curl all day, and it wouldn't. It was the lash curler. Get an expensive one. It's a one-time purchase because you're not going to be buying lash curlers all the time. Do yourself a favor and get a nice lash curler. I am afraid. I've seen those videos where people rip off their eyelashes. I haven't done that. I've not even gotten close, I don't think. But I am afraid. I'm running out on my mascara. It's on its last legs. It's drying out. And I don't want to repurchase this one. This is the Hourglass one. It's not great. But I have no idea what mascara I'm going to get next. Every time that I think like, oh, that mascara sounds like it's going to be great for me, I watch reviews and they suck. Like the last one was the Isamaya Beauty. I was like, I like how they explain this mascara. I'm sure it'll be perfect for me. And then I'm watching like people's reviews. I think Kaki's reviews, and it was like, it's just a wet liquid that stains your eyelashes black. And I was like, I don't want that. If you've been in the beauty space for any amount of time, you know what I'm going to be saying is absolutely wild. I am rediscovering Nars Orgasm. Old school. Old school. I recently discovered my undertone, which for the longest time I was like, if you look at your veins, ooh, I really messed up my spray tan. Don't look at that. If you look at your veins, they say like, oh, if they're green, then you're warm toned. If you're blue, then you're cool toned. And I'd look at mine and I'd be like, they're definitely blue, okay? But I'm also translucent. So anything is going to be blue because you can just see right through them. But I was like, maybe it's a tinge of green. It's not like a full blue. And I knew that I had a warm undertone. Like I knew it was warmer. than just cool, because like I don't have red as an undertone. I'm not cool red. So after several videos looking in on it, I have discovered that I'm a neutral. A warm leaning neutral with orange as my undertone. And that everything kind of just turns pink. The reason I picked up this, well, I had this actually in my collection for a while, but the reason I shopped my stash for this compared to what I had usually been using, which was a baby pink, is because the orange tones in this has gold glitter in it, it is a coral instead of just pink, it will look pink on my skin and probably a more natural pink. And it was right. It looks like I got a little bit of a sunburn. Also switched up the placement of it for summer. For winter, I do like the typical cheeks here, but for summer, we all know the sun does not hit your cheeks like that. It hits the top of your cheeks. Top of my cheek is very close to my eye, so I do that. I stamp it right here. And then for my e-girl phase that I'll never grow out of, a little bit on my nose. I'm going to use this, which is a red oil. I think we all saw that TikTok of like the owner of RMS who worked on the Victoria's Secret runway, right? I think. Saying like, I don't use pink blush, I use red because it looks more natural, like you've been sunburned. So I take this like red oil and I put it right where I put it last time. Totally okay having a wet, glossy face. I know some people don't like the texture. I'm fine. I'm fine with it. I never got lip filler, but I think about it every day. So I overline my lips. I just barely overline where my Cupid's bow is at. And then I blend it in, blur it out. Then I go over that same spot. And then I blend it in and blur it out again. I got this Makeup by Mario lip serum, and that thing is empty. I had to scoop into it. I got this in January as a birthday thing, and it's like the first lip product I've ever used up. It's gonna be done in like 2 days, I swear. This is its final moments. Even though I obviously love it, I'm not going to repurchase it when it's done, because realistically I have so much makeup I have to get through, and specifically lip products, I have a ton that I need to go through. And buying a new lip product is not smart for me. So I won't. I'm just going to go through the lip products I already have. And then it's kind of a little bit too pink for what I like, so I'm going in with this brownish lip gloss, which looks almost exactly the same except that it's cool toned. So it just mellows out the warm yellow just a tad, the little tiniest bit. And then because I get freckles in the summer and I don't have them right now, I'm going to draw them on. I really only get freckles on this side of my nose, so I tend to focus it there, but then lately I've gotten like acne right here, so I just put it there to cover up the acne. And then blend it in. Here it is. Here's how I pretend that I'm a sun-kissed goddess in the middle of a Michigan winter. Technically, the first day of spring was a couple days ago, so it's not winter anymore, but it was snowing. It has warmed up since I've started my makeup. It is 33 degrees out there.